It's over, man. It's over, man. They're all gone. You know. So this is the last of the Mohicans, man. The last of the Mohicans. So Xavi's gone. Xavi left. Iniesta left. Messi sort of left. I don't know what this is about. Dani Alves, and then off this season, PK, Busquets, and now Jessica Alba. And that's it, man. Your boy Jordi Jessica Alba. Look, I call him Jessica Alba because it's funny, okay? Look, I like to have fun, so I call him Jessica Alba because it's hilarious. Shout out to Jessica Alba, by the way, Sin City. So, look, man, I mean, this, for me, I feel that this is very significant. I think this is a turning point for Barcelona. But before I explain why it's a turning point, let's just see your boy. 458 appearances, 6 La Liga titles, 1 Champions League. So obviously that was the one in 2015. I thought he was in 2011 because he was in Euro 2012. So I thought he was in the 2011 Champions League. So 1 Champions League, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, 4 Spanish Super Cups, and 5 Copa del Rey's, man. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty damn impressive. And you see, think about Alba is this for Barcelona. Judge me by my best days, not my worst days. You know, whenever I do the whole player comparison thing, I'm like, no, I'm going to take you at your best. We can't judge Alba now because, again, when people will talk about Alba, they'll be like, okay, he was the one crying at halftime. He was one of the guys who wet the bed during the corner taken quickly. He has badly declined and has been a defensive liability in the last few years. But are we going to forget the probably one of the best 1-2 punches, which was Messi's ball over the top to Alba. Alba puts it across, and then Messi or someone else puts the ball in the back of the net. How many times did they run that play? And the telepathic understanding between Messi and Alba. How are we going to forget that at his peak, the guy was an extremely, extremely talented footballing left back. So, in terms of just his impact on one of the best teams and one of the most dominant club sides of all time, he was huge. He was massive. And we don't even need to talk about what he did for Spain. So Alba at his best was a superb, outstanding left back. Superb and outstanding left back. And we cannot forget, because he just wasn't, he wasn't one of those guys that was just a bandwagon artist because it's recency bias. Because people are like, Alba, bro, this trash defender dude. Remember Alba at his best. Remember Alba's first few years. I remember just how important Alba was to the way that Barcelona played and their setup, and just how he could link well and understand the attacking setup that Barcelona had. He was that freaking dude. He was that freaking dude. And just like Busquets, everything that has a beginning has an end. You don't stay on top forever. You don't stay on top forever. You grow, you get older, and there's a natural decline. So he was always going to decline. So all because he's declined doesn't mean you forget just how good he was and just how amazing of a left back he was. You know, and the kinds of goals he scored, the kinds of assists that he made, and the very important role he made as a marauding left back for Barcelona. So we cannot forget that. But again, my point about this is that this is significant, because I think this is a turning point. With Alba leaving, I think this is a clear message that don't bring Messi back. See, I was always of the mindset of like, bro, bring him back. He can still say what's up. He can still do a job. So you can now give him a proper send-off, blah, 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 blah. But think about this. Barcelona, I don't think should have won the league this year. Xavi being a rookie, yes, I know you pulled all those levers, but still, that squad, I don't think was as good as Real Madrid's squad, who were defending league champions and defending UCL champions. So I think that Xavi was like, wait a minute, we could have something here. All we need to just a little bit of addition and be a bit clever and shrewd in the markets, and we could build something here. So I think with Busquets and Alba leaving, it's a clear sign of Barca are now ready to now build for the next generation. Because here's the thing. Messi isn't going to play for all time and forever. You can't keep renting this. And it doesn't matter what player you are. It doesn't matter how great you are. The club comes before the player. The club comes before the player. Because Barcelona existed before Messi. And Barca will exist after Messi. Just as how Barca is going to have to... Barca existed and flourished before Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Alves, Busquets, and so forth, and they'll flourish afterwards, throwing Eto in there as well. So, and throwing David Villa there as well. So so you have to thrive. Because I just think that this should be a moment in which this is now the era of Alejandro Balde. This is now the era of your boy Pedri. This is now a new era of Barcelona for the new players to come in and say what's up now. But from Ansu Fati, I don't know where he's at right now. Because it was too crazy how they were holding on to Busquets, which is why this is an extremely important summer for Barcelona, because it's about, I think Balde, he's a left back, isn't he? So Balde, who is quality, I think he's been good for Barca and he was great for Spain. So he is the long-term replacement. Let me just see how old. You see, there we go. How old is he? 19. That's future. He is 19 years of age. So you already have your long-term replacements for Alba. That is obviously 100% Alba's successor. Now, because I'm hearing Zubimendi, I'm hearing Amrabat. Now, it's now the search for who is the replacement for Busquets. Barcelona have to now start building a new team. Because I think the worst thing to do is, because of course, it's scary. It's scary to move on. Because you had arguably one of the greatest sides of all time. People say one of the best, most total performances of a team in a final was that Barca team in 2011, which people argue is one of the greatest teams ever seen. So you want to hold on to that. But I'm sorry, life, you have to move on. You can't keep going back to that Lionel Messi well. You can't keep doing it. You can't keep doing it. And even when we saw Messi in the World Cup, he did his thing and so forth, it ain't the 2012 Messi. It ain't the 2015 Messi. It ain't the 2019 Messi. So if it comes, he'll give you flashes here and there, but he's 35. He ain't 28. He ain't 32. He ain't 21. He ain't 24. He's 35. And what Barca need are people for the future and build realistically for the future. And you have to build a team in Xavi's image, and a team that is just that, a team that's new. That generation, because that's why I say it's significant. Cherish this generation. Give them their flowers. Like when Busquets and Alba, give them their flowers, because you formed one of the greatest football generations of all time. Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Alba, Dani Alves, Piqué, you were part of a team that is going to go down in. It's a team for the ages. Whether I like them or hate them, and I know that I have my beef with Overeb and what happened in 2009, I can still take a step back and be like, Barcelona at a peak, they were a problem. And I was like, I don't know how you beat these guys. I don't know how you beat a team who, because there are very few teams and there are very few generations who had the level of chemistry this team had. Like, if there was a chemistry scale, it's 11 out of 10. And Busquets and Alba, they were pivotal of part of that. So it's going to be sad, but it's everything ends. And what great clubs do is you're already planning for the future. You're already planning for the future. That's what all great clubs do, and that is what Barcelona have to do. So for Alba, don't judge Alba for now. Don't judge him on connecting quickly. Judge him when he was at the best. And while at his best, he was a damn good left back. Like that vid, subscribe if you're new, head over there to the official Football Hot websites, and I'll see you on another one. Peace.